All right, y'all. Before we dive in, a quick heads up.
This show is raw, real, and definitely not rated PG.
We're talking about adult themes, sexual content, and the kind of stuff you probably don't want blasting through your speakers at work or around your kids.
So grab some headphones, pour your drink of choice, and get comfy.
Oh, and just so we're clear, we are not licensed therapists, counselors, or sex couches. Sex coaches,
Sex coaches.
not sex couches.
We're just a couple of people sharing our lives experiences and sexy adventures and ethical non-monogamy. So with that, pull up a chair and enjoy the show.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Beyond Monogamy. I'm Adam.
And I'm Pris.
And today we're talking about catfishing. And no, we're not referring to actual catfishing. We're not talking about going deep sea diving or whatever.
No.
Whatever they refer to.
I don't think it's deep sea diving.
No?
I think it's like swamps.
Swamps?
Yeah, I think that's where you find catfish the most.
Really? Like
Yeah.
in Louisiana and
I think
stuff?
so. Yeah.
I don't know.
We're not discussing that.
We're not discussing that.
That's on another show.
That is on another show. Hopefully not our show. But we are talking about catfishing. For those of you who aren't familiar with the term, catfishing essentially means when you're pretending to be someone else online
Yeah.
to deceive
Yes.
others.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes it's intentional and sometimes it is not. But either way, it's unethical.
Yes.
You
It
know
is
what I mean?
lying.
It is lying.
It
It
is a little section of lying.
It's a form of lying.
Yeah.
And I've actually talked to people who they deceive with their photos. And I've had these discussions
Yeah.
and they've straight up admitted, oh yeah, you know what? I understand people when they say it's a form of lying. It is a form of lying. I
It
don't
is.
mean to be deceiving, but it's just what I do. And it's, oh my gosh.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
no.
heard that. That's paraphrased. But yeah,
Mm.
that was incredible. And so we've been in this lifestyle for 14 years.
Yes.
We've dealt with catfishing throughout not only our lifestyle, but
Even
previous to
before
that,
that.
before we even got together.
Yeah.
I was a kid of the AOL generation.
Right.
I spent a lot of times in chat rooms back when it was the thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I back
Talking
then,
to a 40-year-old man.
my parents would make jokes about that. They'd be like, you don't know who you're talking to.
You don't know who you're talking to.
You don't know who you're talking to. But as a horny teenager, you didn't really care.
Okay.
And oftentimes we would go into these chat rooms and I would have conversations with these cute girls
Yeah.
and we would have great conversation. One particular one I actually remember was I think I was in an Arizona chat room. I don't even know how I got there. I just was in all sorts of chat rooms. I was in an Arizona chat room and there was this girl and I can't remember her screen name. I just remember it ended in 34C.
Okay.
And that kind of caught my attention. We started talking and she sent me, and I must have been 17, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. And she claimed to be, she didn't know that I was 17. She never
Yeah.
asked. She didn't do the ASL
Okay.
question, but she assumed that I was her age, assuming that she was an actual person.
Yeah.
And she said that she was in her mid-20s. She sent me this picture, and it was this black and white picture. She's laid out on this big bed, wearing nothing but a bra and panties. She's laying on her stomach. It's a black and white picture, very artistic, very pretty. She looked very model-esque.
Uh-huh.
And she had her hair coming down and beautiful cleavage, little black bra set. And she sent me that picture. And I remember thinking, wow, that's a really hot woman. Now, looking back on it now, clear-headed and less horny, probably not her. Probably not her. Now, was I talking to a man? I don't know. If so, he was very gentle. But really, it could have been a woman who just didn't look like that. That was the
Yeah.
only picture that I ever got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just seemed too perfect of a picture. She had a few conversations with me. We talked for maybe a month or so, and then she disappeared.
That was it.
Never to be seen again. Never, never.
That was
Very
it.
sad. Very sad. I was brokenhearted.
I'm sure you were.
Nah. I moved on. Because I dealt with that a lot. There was a lot of different women.
It
were
was
like that.
easier back then, I guess. You didn't have you didn't have pictures. Like, you could send a picture. So I think catfishing made it easier then as opposed to now.
Yeah.
It's still the same.
I compare it to back in the 50s
Okay.
when people bought houses, families would live in these houses, they would never lock their door. Hell, we grew up in the 80s, and that's really where they started saying, you know what, you should really start locking your door. And you remember that? I remember being a
It
kid
was
and
after that little
and
yeah.
yeah, we
Yeah.
never used to lock our door,
No.
and then all of a sudden it became a thing. It's like there's
Yes.
robberies, so you have to start locking your door.
Mhm.
There was a certain amount of trust and naivete that was held back then until people started proving that you couldn't trust. I
Mhm.
mean, and it's the same thing with this. Those were the early days of the internet and internet dating and that
Of
sort of
social
thing.
media, pretty
Social
much. I mean,
media.
you can really
Yeah.
call it's what it was. AOL
Yeah.
chat rooms were social medias.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so it was it was a lot easier because it was just typing. There wasn't any actual person, like,
Yeah. The
you could
door was unlocked.
yeah, and it's
Yeah. The
exactly.
door was unlocked,
Mhm.
all naive. And every now and then somebody would nudge you and go, you're probably talking to a dude. And like your sister, for example, is
Yeah,
a good example of that.
yeah.
She met a guy on AOL. Now, her and I were friends. We were friends on AOL, but we were friends in real life too. And so she claimed when she told your family,
That
she
it was your friend.
that it was my
Yeah,
friend.
and that's
When
how they met.
realistically, everybody had a lot of shame in saying, "Oh yeah, we met online."
Yeah.
And I am no stranger to that myself. I know that I remember going to a party with some
Mhm.
friends, and I'd get real anxious in situations. There was a lot of people, and I was sitting at a table and everybody's sitting around us, and I was just in comedian mode and I'm
Right.
entertaining everybody. And we were talking about dating, and I said, "Man, I just can't imagine dating somebody online and finding the love of my life online. That just seems so weird, and I can't see it." And that's when the owner of the house and the person who threw the party and his wife stood up and said, "We actually met online."
So weird now.
And man, I shoved my foot in my mouth so friggin' fast because I felt so embarrassed.
Yeah.
It's like, here I am talking about, that.
I've met people online,
Yeah.
and they've actually turned out to be the person, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've also and that was back then, that was just a chatting time,
Yeah.
so I haven't his picture was way better on the computer than it was in person, but
And
we didn't
and
have
that's
filters back then.
That's the thing in the lifestyle, and I find this very interesting. In the lifestyle, there are actual people who will sell services to work with couples and singles on profiles for you.
Yes.
And here's how we need to do your pictures, and here's how we need
Yeah.
to do your biography. Because there are people who struggle when they get on these profiles, they get on these apps, they struggle to entice people to message them. So then they pay others to do this and fix their pictures and fix their bio in hope that they'll entice somebody to message them. Now, I don't know. I feel like that's a little unethical, but at the same time, it's borderline. It's not.
So, you can't really fake your picture. Like, you
You
have to
can.
you
You
can.
can now.
You can, but you're gonna meet these people in person, and
But
that's
that
where
doesn't stop
that
people.
doesn't stop them because we
Yeah.
have seen it 1,000 times where we talk to a couple and their pictures look great, and then we meet them and it's, "When did you take that picture? 20 years ago?"
Yeah. Yeah.
And, "Why are you so short? What were you
Well,
standing on?"
sometimes
Like,
you can't always detect height in pictures.
I don't know.
But you have. I don't know how
I
you do it.
have. I can tell when someone is short and someone is
I'm
tall.
bad at measuring.
Which is fine, but if I say, "Oh, I really like tall guys," and you're standing on this thing, and it's, "Oh, yeah, I'm, like, this tall," and it's, "Really?" And you
Hey,
come to me and
hey.
I'm like, "You're, like, 5'4".
Short kings need love too.
I
I got you,
do.
guys.
I'm just saying it's easier to it's not easier, just people just really take the pictures and the filters and the all that good stuff, and they just make it into a profile.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's just
it's recycled. I always say that if I see a person who has nothing but filtered pictures, especially with Snapchat filters and that stuff, that it's just nothing but,
Oh my God.
that's a sign,
That
I
wasn't
lose
what you
interest. That's a
used to,
red flag.
that wasn't what you used to think though.
No,
Because
because I know any
every
better.
girl that would send you pictures were like little puppy dogs or little hearts around. And I'd be like, that's not what she
Well,
looks
so
like.
understand that when I was getting down with that was when we were poly.
Right.
So when we were poly and we were no longer dating as a couple, we were dating individually, I found it a lot more difficult at the very beginning because I didn't know how to explain to women that I am not a single guy. I'm a married man, but I'm looking to date. And I would get judgment there. You know what I mean? And so sometimes if somebody was enticed, I would end up realizing that this person's not technically
dog?
on the up and up either.
It's not a
She's
puppy
not
dog.
a puppy dog.
She ain't a puppy dog.
I showed up with peanut butter at this date and it did
Yeah.
me no good. That a lot of their pictures were with filters. And I remember thinking, oh, it's just a cutesy thing.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's just a cutesy thing. Everybody's doing it. But then I started realizing these filters take away their natural flaws.
Yeah.
And what I find is I like flaws.
Of course.
I like the person themselves. I'm not looking to have somebody who ain't got no wrinkles. If they look like they look with the Snapchat filter where it just erases everything on their face, I don't know. You're gonna look like a potato with lipstick.
Every time I go to take a picture, especially on Snapchat, I always end up doing something and it does this like little filtery thing and I'm like, no. I don't know. I've never been one to take too many pictures.
Yeah.
First of all, like the first or second picture is good enough.
Yeah.
And there's some people that need to do the filter for whatever makes you feel better, but it's when you start posting them and people actually think that's what you look like, it's deceiving because they're gonna see you somewhere and it's
See, now
or they're gonna
if you
see you
don't
and be
have
like,
plans to ever see them,
then by all means do
then
it.
that's
Yeah. But
you're running a game.
yeah, and especially it's like I know angles and stuff like that. It's
Now,
good.
let me ask you about that.
Okay.
You brought that up, and I find that interesting because obviously Snapchat filters are deception.
Yes.
It is unethical.
Yes.
But what about the whole angles way up here and that sort of thing?
I
You're taking a
feel-
picture that's trying to remove whatever flaws you're not happy with. Is that not in the same realm?
Well, if you're taking regular so you want to look good, right, in your pictures. For women, we want to look like we're curvier or thinner. But once you meet us and we're not, and it is a way of deceiving as well.
Yeah.
But the angles are really for, oh, I look cute. Oh, you can't see my longhai. You can't see my love handles. You
Right.
can't. But
I mean,
if you tell people, hey, or if you have a regular picture and it's like your full body,
Yeah.
okay, and then all your other pictures are up high, we're gonna flip through them and make sure we like the curvy girls. So,
Yeah.
but we have met people where it's, oh, you're actually a very curvy person and your pictures did not show that at all. And you should have just said, I'm a curvy girl. It's not like we don't.
And I understand it to an extent.
It's
an insecurity thing.
Yeah.
So when a person has revealed themselves for what they are or what they look or whatever, and they end up getting judged by somebody that they were interested in
Yeah.
and getting rejected because of how they look, because the person that they were interested in was really shallow,
Yeah.
then what that does is it causes trauma. It makes them go, okay, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
And so then they start being less vulnerable. They stop
Mhm.
putting their real self out there because they're insecure
Mhm.
about that. And what the problem is that not everybody is shallow.
No.
Now, why is this an especially big deal in the lifestyle as opposed to vanilla dating? Because vanilla dating, I don't feel like it's as prominent. I do know it's
Yeah.
there. Obviously,
Yeah.
there's a show on MTV or
Yeah.
was called Catfish.
Yeah.
And they would be on social media. They'd be talking to whomever. And then it would be revealed that this person was not actually who they said they were.
Yeah. And I think in the lifestyle, it's a big deal because you're in the lifestyle because you want trust. That's your first and foremost trust. So you want to make sure the person is an actual human being and an actual person that looks the way they are because that's attraction. And I feel like people think that it's easier to swindle themselves into the lifestyle if they portray themselves as a couple and it's actually
Yeah.
not a couple,
Yeah.
or a guy and he's all muscular, but he's really not.
Yeah.
They're just different things. And
That's the big thing is in vanilla dating, they're looking for relationships. So you have to be more upfront with these people because you're going to go out on a date and they're going to see you for who you are and they're not going to come up with a second date. In the lifestyle, it's about sex.
it is.
And so you're going to have people coming in who are going to swindle and scam in hopes that they're going to get you in like by the bed and ready to go.
Yeah.
And they're gonna reveal their true selves, and you're gonna be like, I'm already here in the bed. Might as well go ahead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ego boost all the
Ego
way.
boost.
They want to look hotter. They want to look younger. Oh my gosh.
More swingy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm with all these people. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's really an ego boost.
It's an ego boost. I personally know of different times, just in our community alone, heard it so many times where either a vanilla single or a vanilla couple is curious about the lifestyle. They create a swingers profile and they get on there just to pose as lifestyle couples so that they can see what it's like and see if they can even get people who are interested in them.
And they're not swingers?
And they're not swingers. That alone is a form of catfishing. You're saying that you're this, but you're not actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, you've got your predatory people,
Ooh,
your
yes.
scammers, your money
Let
grabs.
me tell you that happens all the time.
We ran into it a lot at the beginning, throughout. And actually, I haven't run into this in a while, but we used to get a lot of people who would message, like as a guy in the couple, I would get a guy messaging me pretending to be a couple.
Yes.
And
I
he's,
remember.
hey, do you want to swap pictures and videos of our wives? And when I was first on the journey, I'm horny, I want to do something. Yeah, sure, whatever. Let's do that. And so we would. And they would send me a picture or a video and they'd be like, okay, now your turn, send something. And so then I'd send something and then they would just disappear.
Yeah.
And then you have to wonder, okay, was this even the real person? Did they just take our video and our picture and now they're going to use that with somebody else?
And we stopped doing that very quickly.
Oh yeah, no,
Like,
we have that rule.
Yeah, I don't send pictures to friends. I will, but not to anybody we haven't met physically.
Yeah, that's anytime we've gotten messages, and I still get messages from time to time.
Oh, so do I.
Where they're like, hey, do you want to trade pictures and that sort of thing? And I'm like, I'm sorry, but our rule is we do not trade pictures or videos unless we've interacted in person and you are. I said, otherwise, no.
Nope.
We don't know who you are.
Not doing that. You're not using my face.
It's not good. It's not good because people are out there fishing for nudes. I will tell you that it comes in different forms. There was this girl recently who hit me up on TikTok and she started messaging me.
Yes.
Yeah. And we've been messaging back and forth for the past week. Seemed like on the up and up. Everything was cool. Then yesterday, she sends me a message and she's, oh, what are you doing today? And I said, oh, I'm just working on getting ready for.
Is it that same girl you told me?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were having a conversation and she says, oh yeah, my birthday's coming up. And I'm like, oh, good for you. Happy birthday.
I could already see where
I could see where it was going too, but I was going to play it out and see. She's like, yeah, my birthday's on September 12th. And I was like, oh, cool. I have a kid whose birthday is a couple days from that.
Yeah.
And so she was like, oh, wow, that's great. And then she says, yeah, I'm going to go get my nails done. And I said, nice. That's really cool. So then she says, so do you want to pay for my nails? And I said, she says, it's only $45. And I said, no, sorry. I said, I was just laid off from work. And I said, I've got 5 kids and I got a whole ass family, man. I said, I don't have $45 to be giving somebody. And I was hoping she would let it go, but instead she kept pressing. And then finally she said, so you don't care about me enough to pay for my nails? And I didn't say anything else. I hit block because I knew exactly what she was pulling.
Of course.
I knew exactly what she was pulling.
Of course.
Now, hey, no hate to her game.
No
I guarantee
hate to her game.
There's people out there that are paying for that and whatever. Hey, good for her. I'm just not that guy.
No.
And personally, don't come at me like you're a part of this and then you're going to ask me for money. No, man.
No,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? I'm not that guy. And so you'll find that
Of course,
crap.
yes.
It happens. No offense to my fellas out there, but we're the first ones to get duped. Doesn't
Oh,
take much.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know if I've told you this, but I've gotten messages from men who are like, "Oh yeah, this is my wife," and they'll just start sending me pictures of their wife.
Yeah.
And it could be they're clothed or they're not clothed, and it's just pictures of pictures. Your turn, and I'm like, dude, I don't know
I
you.
never agreed to that. Yeah.
You're the ones. Does your wife know you're sending me pictures? Because you don't even know who I am.
And so that's funny because I get that too. Now, back in the day, so guys would just send videos and pics, and then they'd be like, "Are you going to send anything?" And I would feel bad. I'd be like, okay, sure." And
Yeah.
but I wouldn't feel good about it.
Yeah.
Now I found my no.
Yeah.
And so I get that now, and they send stuff to me, and they're like, "Oh, you going to send anything?" And I'm like, "No, sorry, but we have a rule that we don't do that."
Yeah.
And sometimes they get mad.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just disappear. Sometimes they're really nice and they're like, "Oh, I completely understand." And then they leave it at that.
Yeah.
But it's no, dude, I'm not just going to randomly send you my
Who
wife
you
like
are.
that.
You could be somebody that's looking to be a serial killer.
Yeah, you really don't know who you're dealing with.
don't.
You don't know who you're dealing with.
Or like the profiles that do no picture.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. To me, that's just not a good thing. But I feel a lot of people catfish for the insecurities.
I guarantee
Like-
that's, I think, the main reason.
Yeah, like they're really insecure about whatever it is. Like they want to make you feel. Some women and some men need the praise, need the you're sexy, you're hot, whatever it
Hey,
is.
I'm not gonna lie.
But you don't do filters.
No,
You're
no,
just
I don't
your
want to.
person.
No,
But
I
I'm
think
talking
the
about-
problem is that if I do filters, people are going to meet me and they're going to lose interest right
Yeah,
away.
and that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't use filters on my pictures. Like, you're gonna see every little wrinkle, every little gray hair. That's just the way it is.
And I took it up a notch because I felt like even the picture angles
Yeah.
can be a little deceiving. So I started doing videos where I was talking,
Yeah.
because if you're talking to a video, you're going to have bad angles at some point.
It doesn't
You're
matter.
going to move, you're going to talk, you're going to have bad angles. Hell, I look bad right now.
I was gonna say
The camera adds like 10, 20, sometimes 30 pounds, depending on if we
so
just
does
ate.
those tacos. So
It's
yeah.
really good breakfast we had, by the way. We're in a lifestyle that it revolves around looks.
Yes.
And I don't care who says what. Looks are
Attraction.
involved.
You have
There
to have
has
some
to
kind of
be some
attraction.
sort of attraction.
Physical attraction. Yeah.
And so there's a lot of shallow people that are in the lifestyle who I just saw an article that's been making its way around social media about this couple who decided to open a swingers club, and they said that
you
they're
sent
only
it to me.
yeah, they said that they're only inviting pretty people.
Pretty
Ugly
people.
people are not allowed. And of course, everybody in the lifestyle is jumping in there going, "That's ridiculous. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard."
That is so
But-
not cool.
But it's believable
Yeah.
in the fact that we've met people like that. How is it all of a sudden people are looking at their picture going, "They're not even attractive"?
Yeah.
How are they going to say that? You know what I mean?
They're not to me. So.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And I understand being insecure about your body. I
Mhm.
understand being insecure about what you look like and that sort of thing. But there is somebody out there who's going to find you interesting if you're just honest with them. And it takes a vulnerability, and that's hard
Yes.
sometimes.
Yes.
But you just have to put yourself out there and learn that if
And
they're not into it, they're not into it.
maybe it's just me, but the lifestyle, if you're in a really good community, they open their doors to everybody. There's so many people in this community, different shapes, different sizes, different colors. Like it's everywhere.
Yeah.
You don't have to lie.
No, and that's not just the swinger world. That is polyamory. That's anywhere in
Anything.
ethical non-monogamy. We have great communities in every aspect of that are very good at accepting people for what they look
Mhm.
like, as long as you're honest about it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? If you're lying to yourself, you're lying to others, you're not going to get very far
No.
in any community.
No.
And that's just fact. Now, when it comes to insecurities, I totally get it.
Same.
If you've been rejected because of how you look like, that causes trauma. That causes me to refer back and go, I don't know if I want to put myself out there,
Yeah.
honestly, because I've been rejected so many times. A good example of that was when I used to hit up those AOL chat rooms, and there were girls that I would be interested in, and we would have these back and forths via chat message or messenger, and things would be going really great. And then we would have dinner, we'd meet somewhere, and all of a sudden they'd act real cold to me.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they were not interested. And I was left with nothing but, I'm not attractive. That's the thought that I had. I'm not attractive.
Yeah.
And then they would ghost me afterwards.
Little scarring there.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me tell you, this one has always stuck with me. I think I might have told you this one once before. So there was this, I was in high school. I must have been a junior, I guess, something like that. And I was dating this girl. Now, I did not meet her online. I met her through a high school friend. She went to a different high school. Scratch that. She dropped out.
Okay.
But we all knew, the same people. But I met up with her at a party once, and we started talking. We started dating, whatever. It was cool. Eventually, we broke it off. And one of her friends who I never actually met, and she never met me, but we knew of each other. And we knew of each other online.
Okay.
She found me online, and she sent me her number, and she's, hey, let's talk. I know that you were dating so-and-so. And I was like, okay, cool. So we started talking. And we had a phone conversation. Never met each other in person. And we started talking on the phone. We were talking on the phone all the time.
Okay.
All the time.
Okay.
Well, that's what teenagers do.
Yeah.
Right?
What else?
Yeah. So then it becomes puppy love, and everything is, oh, I love you. I love you.
First.
I love you. Yeah, you know how it goes.
You hang up first.
You know how it goes.
Yes.
Yeah. So then finally she says, hey, me and my short-time ex of her friend or whatever, they were going to be at the mall with some friends. And she's like, yeah, we're going to get our nails done and whatnot. You should meet us at the mall and hang out with us, because that was the thing to do.
That was the thing.
And so I was like, okay. So I took the bus to the mall.
Okay.
I showed up there. And I met this girl. Funny thing is, this girl's in the lifestyle. I found out years later. Anyway, I met up with her. Now, not attractive.
I was going to ask you.
Not attractive. Did not look very pretty. And beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I was the beholder.
Okay.
And she was not very attractive.
I already know where this is going.
But I didn't care. I could look past that because I liked the person that she was.
Right.
So I was there for her. I wasn't there for what she looked like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I show up and I see her and I'm like, hey, she gives me the cold shoulder.
Oh, no.
She gave me the cold shoulder for about 30 minutes. And then she just pretty much pretended like I wasn't even there. And she took off with her friends. And I ran into my best friend since first grade.
Okay.
He just so happened to be there.
Okay.
And he was driving, and I told him what was going on, and he was like, oh, I know her. I went to school with her. Had you told me you were going out with her, I could have told you immediately what you were getting into.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had no idea. And I said, now I got no way to go home. So he was like, I'll give you a ride home. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And we left. And I remember thinking, and that one really killed me, because I was like, here is a woman that is not attractive in regular life. And she just gave me the cold shoulder.
It brings your insecurities.
Oh man, it made me so insecure. So insecure.
Yeah.
And so it all went downhill from there. And that's one of the reasons why I struggled with my own confidence.
Right.
Now, I didn't catfish anybody because I wanted people to like me for who I was, what I looked like. I didn't want to deceive. But I felt, I guess, if people saw my picture when they saw me in person, it just still wasn't good enough. And I just didn't quite understand.
Oh, and you're too handsome.
Oh, man, it did something to my confidence.
I would just I wouldn't portray my face or anything like that. I'd portray that I was older than I was.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I would maybe talk to people and they'd be like, oh, how old are you? And I was like 16. I'd be like, oh, I'm 18.
I'm 18, mijita.
Yeah. Or I would be like 15 and I looked like I was 18. And I'd be like, oh, I'm 18. I stopped doing that because I met someone who was older than me.
Yeah.
And I thought we were just going to be friends. And I actually saw him in person because he was my cousin's best friend to her boyfriend or something. I was 16. This man was like 23.
Ooh.
And he said he was 18.
Oh.
And he was 23. And we were alone. And I was like,
to catch a predator.
I was like, no, you could take me home.
Yeah.
But
and that's a bad situation
that's a
because
bad
that could have been a bad situation for you.
But yeah, I never catfished picture-wise or anything like that. I am who I am, people.
Now, To me, there's a few different catfishes.
Yes.
So you've got the catfish of the pictures.
Yeah.
You say that you're this, that you look this way, but really you're not because you're doing filters. Then there's the catfish where that picture isn't even you.
Oh
You
my
just
gosh.
ripped that picture from somebody else's
Oh, yeah.
profile and you're basically portraying this other person that's not even
Yes.
close to being you.
Yes.
But then there's also the personality catfish. And nobody really talks about that.
Yeah.
But especially now with social media the way it
Mhm.
is, people like to pretend that they are something that they are not.
Especially now.
Especially now.
Especially now.
I've run into people who portray that they're this kind person, and then you meet them in person and they're horrible. Or they portray that they're an in-love couple, and then you hang out
Yes.
with them and
Oh
they are
my
nowhere near each other. They show
goodness.
no love towards each other.
We have
They
seen
argue
that.
with each other in front of everybody.
We've seen that
Yeah.
many times.
Yeah.
That for us, that is a major red flag.
Oh man, big time.
If you can't
Big
get along
time.
with your partner, like this is
No.
not fake. Like
No.
this shit is real.
Like what you're getting when we hit record, this is us whether the record button was hit or not.
Yeah.
And that's where when people hear me on the podcast, when they see me on YouTube, or even when they read what I write online,
Uh-huh.
people think that I'm not portraying the real me. And people think that because that happens often.
Yes.
That happens often. People want to act like they're very knowledgeable about the lifestyle. They want to act like they're all inclusive and all accepting. They want to act like they're kind to everybody. And then when they host an event or they attend an event or they're around other people, it's the exact opposite.
This man is nicer than I am.
The person that you're
and
getting here, that's a
and-
person that is all the time.
and that's what we portray. I am not the nicest person all the time, but we know that.
But we're a balance.
We are a balance.
We're a balance
Yeah.
and it works.
Yeah.
you
But
know?
I'm not lying.
No, and you are unapologetically you. I
I'm
am unapologetically me. And you know what? We're not for certain types of
No.
people. People will not like, and that's okay. Because now I look at it as if people don't like this, those aren't the people for us.
Correct.
And they need to move along.
correct.
You know what I mean? So that's really the big thing. I think that if you can just get used to spotting red flags, and I'm telling this to my newbies, and I'm also telling this to some of my
Ooh,
veterans out there who
yes.
just haven't gotten the hang of spotting red flags and warning signs. This is big. It took me a long time to get used to spotting red flags.
Yes, it did.
And really, it took us being poly for me to learn how to spot red flags. That entire amount of time that we were polyamorous and I started dating on my own, I always wanted you to meet whomever I was dating. And after a while, I would set up a little date and I'd bring you along so that this way you could meet whoever. And you would meet them. And I remember at the very beginning, every time you would meet them, you'd have something negative to say
Yes.
about them one way or another. Oh, they're not being genuine or this or that. I have bad feelings about this. And being that we were fresh and poly and I felt like you had jealousy issues, which you did,
Yeah.
but I couldn't separate you being an honest
A
person and
jealous
telling me,
wife and an
yeah,
honest
I couldn't
person.
separate
Yeah.
that for some
Yeah.
reason. And so it took me a little while to realize, but you started teaching me more about the red flags so that I can spot them on my own.
Yes.
And so then I got good at spotting red flags, but then I also would overlook them.
Yes.
So I would spot them, but I'd be like, nah.
It's okay. I can fix it.
Nah. I did go for a lot of broken people because I felt like I needed to fix. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But I got better at spotting red flags. If you're new out there or if you
Ooh.
struggle a lot, start looking at red flags. Start looking at the patterns. Look at what you want to avoid. Chances are, if you're seeing red flags, they're actual red flags. Like you should
Like,
probably go,
Think with
"This is
your
not good."
brain and not think with your privates.
Yeah.
Think with your brain. And
Yeah.
like a few warning signs. If they don't have a picture on their profile, it could be for any reason. They want to
Yeah,
be
they wanna be
discreet or whatever.
Yeah.
And you decide they're going to message you, ask for a picture. If you're already in Messenger, ask for a picture.
Now, this is something that you're good at. You're
So,
very direct with this
I
now,
am
aren't
so
you?
direct. Let me tell you, people, this is what I do. If you don't have a picture on your profile and you want to DM me, that's fine. But you're about to take a picture with yourself holding a piece of paper with today's date on it.
Yeah, I know.
Period.
And people will do it.
And I give them time. So I send it. And if they still haven't answered, I'm like, okay, I'm giving you till another hour. If you don't, I'm blocking you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
never fails. Never fails. I've only had one guy be truthful.
Really?
And I was like, cool.
Jeez.
And he did it and it was fine. And I was talking to him.
Yeah.
But I've had women, I've had men, I've had couples. And I'm like, okay, cool. If you don't look like, it's like a picture of a baseball.
You know what? That, or like somebody holding a gun or whatever. It's like, it's never really, or if they use a picture of like them and two other people and you don't know who's who.
I'm like, no,
You know
which
what I
one are
mean?
you?
One big red flag for me is if every one of their pictures is like this model taken professional picture,
Yes.
then that's just a red. You mean to tell me that you don't have any real pictures
Yeah.
that you were taken when you were going to Whataburger or whatever? You don't have any regular pictures. Everything is you on a photo shoot?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh my God. I just almost got catfished.
Really?
Do you remember the guy sent me his license?
Oh, yeah.
He sent me his license,
That's
his
right.
driver's license.
That's right.
And then he wanted pictures. And I was like, something is up with this guy.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what happened. I can't remember what happened, but I'm sure it was some guy from a different country.
It got found out. It got found out that it was not true.
And then you also had somebody when you first got on the other platform on TikTok. And I was like, that's not a real person. And you're like, how do you know? And I'm like, it's not.
Yeah, so I've only had TikTok a few weeks.
And you had just
and
gotten
I
it.
start getting these messages and I'm like, I'm real bad about, I feel like I have to answer every message I get.
Yeah.
And then I'm starting to realize these people are either bots or they're just fake people. I don't even answer messages anymore.
Good.
I'm just done. I'm so
Yeah.
tired of trying
Yeah.
to answer messages.
I
That's
don't
not even a thing.
answer. I don't answer any,
Because there's so many fake people out there.
especially if you don't have a face picture.
Oh, man.
Forget about it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It is pretty bad. Now, I've seen a lot of times, if you've ever gone into the different apps
Uh-huh.
that are specific for what we do in the lifestyle, I see a lot, or oftentimes in profiles, we're not going to have lots of back and forth conversations. If you don't want to meet up after our third conversation, then you can stop talking to me. Because there are people out there who are catfishing and all they want to do is just have lots of conversation. And the moment you try to verify them, either by video call or in real time, they're going to avoid it in any way possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because obviously, if they do, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
They're going to get found out.
Yeah.
So they just disappear.
That's
they just
it.
move on.
They're gone.
So that's a big red flag. If you cannot get them to verify one way or another, that's a red flag. Sorry. Oftentimes, you'll catch a red flag where their stories just don't add up. Ooh, I had this one time, and I don't think you remember that. It was when we first became poly, and there was this girl, she used to hit me up on one of the apps she used to hit me up on. And she claimed that her dude knew that she was messaging me and that they were in the lifestyle. She was interested in me, and I was like, okay, cool. Let's talk more. And we talked back and forth for a while. She seemed like she was on the up and up. She lived in the same town. She had a lot of really great information. Like, I felt like it was legit. And then she accidentally sent me a text that she meant to send to somebody else. And it was a screenshot of our conversation. And it has some stuff highlighted.
Oh, that's right.
And then she said something like, oh, sorry, my phone's acting up. And somehow it took a screenshot of my phone and sent it to you.
Yeah.
And I sat back and I didn't say anything for a little while. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. And I remember messaging her and saying, so your phone acted up, took a screenshot without you having anything to do with it, highlighted portions of that screenshot, and then sent it to me. And
What was the point of
immediately
that?
I blocked, because that was a red flag. Now, she could have been real.
Yeah.
And that could have been a situation, but that was a red flag. Was not willing to go down that. You'll notice that stories just don't match up.
Oh, that's a big red flag.
Yeah.
Really big.
Oftentimes there's people who are new, but they claim that they've been in the lifestyle for a long
Oh
time.
my goodness. And you can tell. We
You
can
can
tell
tell.
when
Yeah.
someone is not portraying that they've actually been in the lifestyle for a very long time.
Yeah. And then there's others who have been in the lifestyle a long time, but they're trying to pretend like they're still new. And I'll never
Yes.
understand that either. But people have their different motives for doing whatever they do.
Or when you finally talk to somebody and they're like, when are we going to meet?
Yeah.
When are we going to meet?
Yeah.
Are we meeting like next weekend? Like, when can we meet? We've had that so many times.
So many times.
And we used to be like, oh, next weekend. Now we've been in it for a while. So we know when someone is eager like that, they're brand new.
Yeah, usually. And
which is not a problem, but it's just not our thing.
And we've met a couple people that were just really eager to meet us, and they wanted to set something up before they in their words, before we lose interest. And it's not like that. We're not in a big rush. We'll hang out at some point. We're not going to move away. If you live nearby, we'll get something on the calendar.
Yeah.
But we've got family. We've got things going on. We don't always have that time to just drop everything and go. And we're not going to go out during the week. That's not our thing. Don't ask us to go out on Wednesdays.
No.
So anytime that they're too eager for nudes, when they push for nudes, especially like I'm sure you get that a lot from men.
Yes.
I get that from women sometimes, and that's a big red flag that I'm not talking to an actual person or somebody who's legit.
Yeah. They want to blackmail you.
If a woman is messaging me and right away they're like, so you're going to show me that dick, things like that, I'm like, nah, dude.
Two women's and you?
I have gotten that before. And if it's not somebody that I know and can verify, I don't.
Good.
I don't, because it freaks me out. It freaks me out. Now, if they rush into sex chat, that's not always a red flag, because I know some women that do that and they're verifiable. They're just horny. So it is what it is. But that is sometimes a red flag as well. And if they're always busy when it's time to meet up,
I don't think that's a red flag.
It can be if you never, ever meet up, ever. I understand being busy. Yeah, we're busy all the time. But we can also verify who we are.
Yes.
We have a podcast.
Yeah.
We're on social media.
Yeah.
We go live. There are different ways that we can verify who we are.
Yes.
And nowadays, we're not living in the 80s, man. This is not landline phones and fax machines. We can easily, even if you have a jitterbug flip phone, you still have ways that you can verify that you are really somebody in the lifestyle.
Yeah.
So if somebody's just always busy when it's time to meet and they just can't make the time to verify in any other forms, that's a big red flag, and you should probably put some space between you and them.
Yes.
Now, when it comes to the fallout, because everything has repercussions.
Yeah.
There are people that, I mean, me, myself.
I was going to say, you yourself.
I have put in time and...
Not so much now.
Not now. I've learned, but early on.
When we were first on and when we were poly, you had this emotional letdown of... You just wasted your time and you just put in so much of this.
And then I walk away with less confidence than I started.
And I remember telling you, who cares?
Yeah,
like,
you used to tell me all the time.
You
and I was like,
have
you're
your, stop dwelling on that. Oh, it wasn't a waste of time.
And so the problem that it was for me, it wasn't so much that I didn't make this work out. It was more or less, I had bad confidence in myself. I had horrible self-confidence. And so what that did was, it reeked all over my confidence. And it made me think, if this person was real, then they just said, no, I can't deal with this guy anymore. You know what I mean? And that's the way I took it.
Yeah.
Now I think of it the way you do, which is, who cares?
I don't care.
I have a wife that I come to every night.
I don't care.
I can have sex whenever I want.
I don't wait. And everybody that we chat with, or everybody that I chat with, is 100% real.
Yeah.
I've actually met them, or...
Things are a bit different now because we have built up a tight community. Heck, just the Beyond Monogamy community, those of our listeners. We've met a lot of you guys we've met a lot of you guys in the community, or when we travel or when you travel, we've talked to a lot of you online, live, verified, that sort of thing. We're just way more comfortable and we're a bit more proactive now.
Yes. Yes.
And we have less scammers, but we also answer less messages.
Yes. So, but
so
no,
that's
it
definitely a thing.
can be an emotional letdown, and it is a waste of time.
Now, it's
sometimes.
scarier for women, if you ask me, because women, everything is scarier, if you ask me, when you're a woman. You cannot trust everybody.
Like, I feel so mommy-like when I know a friend who is single has met some guy on whatever and has just been chatting with them.
Yeah.
And then they go meet up, and I'm like, oh my God, why? I just listened
Oh,
to
yeah,
this true crime episode.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? Send me your location.
Yeah, and so you have them send a picture of the guy, you have 'em
or
all
something.
sorts of stuff, their
Like,
dating
even when
profile.
when I was dating people, I am very, what's the word that you call me when I don't trust anybody?
Cynical.
I'm very cynical. So I think everybody is out to hurt me. I
Yeah.
think anybody who's single and wants to meet me is going to murder me.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get kidnapped. And it's not
Or poisoned.
like anything. You
Or
just
drugged.
or drugged. You just never know.
And that's
right?
a thing, man.
It is a thing.
It's a
and
thing.
so when we would do that, I would send him my location and I'd be like, this is who I'm talking to and this is what they look like.
Yeah.
And you just never know. I remember us going on a date and I'd be like, sending it to our daughter. I'd be like, our oldest, and I'd be like, here you go. This is where mom and dad are going.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, it's very scary.
And there's safety issues when you have trust issues because, and we've talked about so many times, if a person's willing to lie about what they look like and who they are, what else are they willing to lie about?
Exactly.
And we're in a lifestyle where sexual health is everything. And sometimes you have to take somebody's word because not everybody's walking around with their STI testing results clipped to their shirt.
Yeah.
And so you really have to do your due diligence or you sleep with anybody. But in this lifestyle, people get horny, people jump into stuff without verifying. And if a person is willing to lie about what they look like to somebody else or how they are to somebody else, what else are they willing to lie about?
Exactly.
It's just, it's done. It's done from easy to lie about anything else from there.
And it just goes into the lifestyle. It just ripples.
It ripples.
Just keeps going.
Yeah.
Just keeps going.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing.
It really, it damages the reputation of the community. Now, that's what I love about the community. And I don't want to put it in a negative light because we all have each other's back.
Yes.
In our community. And that's the great thing about it is if you're in the community and you've been in the community and you've gotten to know everybody in your community and everybody's pretty tight. Everybody looks out for each other, especially the women do.
Oh, yeah.
And
yes.
If certain communities overlook certain things, then it damages the reputation of the actual community itself. Everybody should be upheld to the same standards.
And we all talk.
We do. Everybody talks.
We all talk. If there's an incident, if there's something that happened, we all have a friend to turn to. And that's very helpful because they may have had the same kind of encounter. They may have had the same kind of issue and they can help you through it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does leak into the community and it does really do damage to the reputation.
Yeah, big time.
If it's not
a thing.
taken care of.
It's a thing.
So,
yeah. And so that's one of those things, just like Facebook groups, for example. A lot of the community that we're in revolves around Facebook group. And our personal community in Texas, and I don't want to say just in Central Texas, but our community all throughout Texas, they're all very well protected, safe zones. They do their best to remove anybody that cannot verify themselves, that cannot verify if they're actual couples. Anything that looks shady, anything that comes up, you contact your admins do the investigating, and they make the decision to boot the person out of that community. And that keeps a safe zone. So the groups that we're in are very safe. Those are the ones that we're active in. Now, we're in a lot of national groups and we're in a lot of regional groups, statewide groups that are not as good about protecting their people. And they're filled with scammers, bots, people looking to collect pictures. Like, you just don't know. As soon as that messenger dings, you don't know who you're dealing with.
No, you don't.
And if you decide to banter with them, who knows what you're going to get.
Yeah. So let's talk about protecting yourself.
Yeah. The number one thing that I think you can do to protect yourself is, like I said, everybody has the ability to do some sort of face live
something.
You can do Messenger,
Do what I do.
FaceTime. You can verify in that way.
Any way you want.
That's one good way. I personally know a lot of people who don't like to meet others one-on-one. They only meet people at meet and greets and big events because they know that they're real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Wherever you're comfortable in, especially if you're a single person, a single woman,
Yeah.
meet with other people. If you're in a community, then ask around. Ask
around.
questions.
Yeah.
If y'all have mutual friends, ask your mutual. I have asked mutual friends, hey, do you know this person?
I've been asked by several people.
It's
Do you know this
them?
person? Just got
Mhm.
friended by this person.
Mhm.
Yeah, sure. Cross-referencing profiles.
Mm,
If
that's a good one.
if you say you're on SDC,
Okay.
and say you're on SDC, you're on Cassidy, and a few other platforms,
Mhm.
AFF, SLS, whatever. Most people have more than one platform that they offer
Yes.
themselves to. Check them out. See if they have other platforms that they're consistently putting on.
Yeah.
You're my little investigator. So you're like a private eye detective.
I will find you.
If there's somebody that's not on the up and up, you're going to find
Yes.
out. And I've always respected how you
And
do
it's like,
that.
oh, what?
Yeah.
Build yourself a little community. Get your girlfriends together, somebody that you
Yes.
trust,
Yeah.
somebody that can vouch.
Someone that can vouch. If you're in groups like what we have, the Facebook groups, or if you're in other groups on different platforms that have moderators and admins,
Turn to
and
them.
ask them if they
Because
can vouch for these
They
people.
will know.
Yeah.
And ladies, trust your gut.
Trust your gut.
If it
Yeah.
feels off, probably is.
Yeah.
Trust it, because we've got
That intuition is everything. As much as I've doubted you
It
for
is-
so many different,
Yes.
I don't doubt you anymore. You know that.
Yeah.
You have proven to be right every single time that you have
I-
this strong intuition about somebody.
I let him do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
And once I feel like it's just an off, something's off, I'm like, what is it?
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah. It's just, you just never, you never
You
really
never
know.
know.
You never
I
really know.
remember one time I met up with somebody on it wasn't AOL, maybe it was.
Or
It was
Yahoo
some
chats.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And this girl, it was a girl, and we were meeting up for some kind of networking thing. And she completely lied about the company, about everything. It was just to meet me.
Really?
It was just to meet me.
And that's scary.
And this was in our hometown.
Really?
Yeah, like we were networking. She was like, oh, I have this business and blah, 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 blah. And it's okay, cool. Let's go. Come with me to this networking thing.
Yeah.
We went. Nope.
Whoa.
Didn't even work. She was unemployed. She just
What?
wanted to meet me.
Freaky,
And I remember
dude.
feeling so like that was totally uncalled for.
It wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary.
It wasn't necessary.
I get asked often because in the lifestyle, you have to ask if you're straight, if you're bi, if
Yeah.
you're gay, that sort of thing. I'm pretty clear that I am straight. And as much as I love my male friends sexually, it's not for me. And I had been catfished by this person was talking to me. They portrayed themselves as a woman and all that stuff. And then when we finally met, it turned out that they weren't a woman.
Oh.
And they just figured that once I was into them, that I
Wow.
was just going
Yeah.
to basically
Yeah.
flip.
Yeah.
I was going to switch.
Sorry, not that
And
easy.
yeah, that's deceiving, man. If you wanted to talk to me, you could have just been straight with who you are and told me what your gender is and that sort of thing. We could be friends, but you're not going to trick me into having sex with you. That's not going to work.
We had a friend who said they met up with a couple, and the couple was completely, the guy didn't have a leg, which is fine. That's not a thing.
Yeah.
But they thought they didn't know they were handicapped.
Yeah.
And so they couldn't even get into their house because the guy was on a wheelchair. And it was such an odd situation.
Yeah. No,
They were like, what do we do?
It's one of those things where if you're not honest about how you portray yourself, then you're just going to be causing people to have a lot of story after they leave. And that sucks.
No.
That just
We don't
sucks.
want that.
No. There's just a whole lot of oh hell no red flags
Yes.
that you can run into.
Yes.
And I don't know. I take it personally.
Yeah, you do.
I do. And I know I shouldn't. I totally take it
I-
personally. I'm like, don't lie to me, dude. I'm not an idiot.
You do take it personally because you don't like liars.
I don't.
I don't take it personally. I just like, Okay, that was uncalled for. Bye.
Yeah, I really do take it personally because I'm like, I invested my time in you. I
Yeah.
invested whatever emotions that I had in getting to know you. I invested all of that just to be let down and be lied to. I am the most non-judgmental person. You can tell me anything, and I'm not going to judge you. I'm going to talk to you like you're a regular person.
Mm-hmm.
I am the last person you need to lie to, and yet I still get lied to. It's not my thing. Sorry. Catfish isn't just annoying, but like I said, it's unsafe. If you cannot trust the person you're talking to, then there's a lot of different things that you can't trust.
The lifestyle is built on trust,
It is.
consent, and
Yes.
honesty. So
Yeah.
if you don't have that from the beginning, it's not even going to work.
No. And then if they're lying about what they look like and who they are, and they give you consent, who's to say that they're not going to lie and say, yeah, no, I didn't give you
I
my
didn't give him
consent.
consent.
And then all of a sudden start making a big thing about it. I mean, it's a scary, scary thing.
I mean, you can keep yourself protected.
Yeah.
You still want to have fun. You don't want to be like hold everybody back.
Obviously.
You know?
And understand, we're talking about some very negative situations, but this
Yeah.
is not all the time.
It's not.
And for those of you coming in new, don't get scared and go,
This
well,
is not,
goodness,
yeah,
you
no.
know.
Especially if you're in a really good community, it's not like that. A lot of people are very open.
Yeah.
It's very rare now that you find the liars, the people that are just creeping in there, but it is around. Just be vigilant. Listen to your gut and look at those red flags.
Be vigilant. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But like I said, take this more as notes to take as you go along
Yeah.
rather than a deterrent for you to enjoy the lifestyle.
There you
Because this
go.
is not always the case. You will run into it. And when you do, you just say, not for me. Thank you very much. And walk away and keep on going.
And
Keep on trucking.
vet. Look at all your
Vet.
people. Ask people about them. If they have mutual friends, if they don't, ask the person that you're chatting with to verify that they are who they are. And if they have a problem with that, next.
Yeah. And think with your brain, not with your privates. I like
That's
how you
right.
said that. Absolutely. And so that's going to wrap us up today. I really want to thank everybody for listening, joining us
Thank
as
you.
always. We really appreciate everybody that listens and they take the time to give us wonderful love and support on
Yes.
any of our social medias. I think that's really cool. I really would, if you get a chance, go over to our website, www.beyond-monogamy.com, and share your catfish stories with us because I find this stuff really interesting. I'd like to actually revisit this and like to read some examples on the air, maybe for a future quickie episode. So go to www.beyond-monogamy.com. You can leave us a voicemail. You can find our Reddit and all our socials. You have several different ways of getting a hold of us.
Yes.
And hit us up and let us know.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. And as a reminder, you can catch Beyond Monogamy with Adam and Pris on all major podcast platforms and Full Swap Radio on Thursdays from 1 to 6. Also,
1 and 6.
Oh, 1 and 6. I'm
Yes.
so sorry. 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. And also, guys, if you're already listening, when you're done, you just go all the way to the bottom of that little podcast thing and you click review.
Yeah.
You can leave us as many stars as you want. We appreciate the 5, but also leave a little note. It goes on our website. It helps us grow.
It helps us grow.
Please do that.
Yeah.
And
You guys are our community. You listening out there, you are a part of our community. Our community is our family. So you are essentially a part of our family. We have no shame in asking our family to give us some reviews.
Please.
Now, if you can go to your platform and give us reviews, great. If you can't figure that part out, you go to our website, www.beyond-monogamy.com. And at the top, there's a little button that says reviews. If you click that, it'll take you right where you need to go.
Yes.
And you just follow the directions from there.
It's very simple.
Very simple. We're going to show you one of these days. I promise you, if you're struggling. But that helps us grow, and we
Yes.
really appreciate all the help that you can give, really. Also, if you're watching us on YouTube, like, share, subscribe. We appreciate it. We're watching that community grow as well.
Yes. So thank you.
I'm sure it's not growing as fast because, like I said, I'm looking a little chubby. I'm working on it, guys, okay? I'm trying to be some eye candy, but I'm not very good at it.
You are.
All right. And with that, like I said, we appreciate everybody listening, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.